Welcome back to video number 4 in our KipwareT series, where we're going to take all our cycles, create one big main program that we can send to the machine. And what we're going to use is the main program option. So the main program option, if you remember the cycles, we've done cutting and we've got speeds and feeds, but we've got no tool calls in there. And what we're going to do is use the main program feature to put these cycles and connect them to tools. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do operation number 1. We're going to call tool number 1, offset number 1. We don't need a spindle speed or direction. Those are automatically inside the cycle. X-axis start point. If you remember our part, it's about 2 inches in diameter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a start point of 3 inches and 1 inch. And what happens is this tool is going to come here. Then it's going to grab the information from the cycle. So this is kind of my getting close to the part move before I actually do my cycle. I can see our cycles that we created are on this tree on the right, and every time I double click one of these cycles I can put it in with this tool. So even though the cycles that you created may not be in the order that you want to machine the part, here's where you can put them in the order that you want to machine the part when you connect them to tools. So if I double click OD turning, tool number 1 now is going to be associated with OD turning. If I double click OD finish, I could do that as well. You can see we can have up to 5 different cycles connected with this tool. So even though we created the cycles singly, we can do them all with one particular tool. So in this case, the tool would do the OD turning and then come back and do the OD finish menu. But I just want to actually turn this one, so I'm going to remove it by double clicking it. So now cycle number 1 associated with tool number 1. Going to do operation number 2. Tool number 2, I'm going to do my start point again of 3 inches and 1 inch, and now I'm going to do my OD finishing menu. So now my cycle for finishing is with program tool number 2. Again, we're going to keep going. Tool number 3, we're going to start at 3 and 1, and then I'm going to do my OD turning, grooving. Operation number 4. And I'm going to do my OD threading. Finally, I'm going to give it a program number, and I'm ready to create my program. I have a Fanuc post, which we'll cover in another video, but basically I've got 4 operations. Tool number 1 is going to turn it, rough it. Tool number 2 is going to finish it. Tool number 3 is going to groove it, and tool number 4 is going to thread it. When I hit create G-code, the program gets made. You can see that I have tool number 1, and this is my OD turning, roughing. And that's all been associated with tool number 1. Tool number 2 is my OD finishing. That cycle that we created through OD finishing is already associated with tool number 2. And one of the things I didn't mention when we created that cycle was G42. Cutter compensation is automatically applied because we have chamfers and radiuses on the part. Now every machinist knows that if you don't use cutter comp to machine chamfers and radiuses, the parts aren't going to come out right. So KipwareT automatically puts in cutter compensation. So very easy. The startup block is already in there. G40 is already in here to cancel the cutter comp. Tool number 3 is our OD turning grooving cycle, and then tool number 4 is our threading program. G76, it's a double line can cycle because we selected can cycle when we created the threading cycle. So that's it. We would save this program like you would save any other file and then send it to the machine. All those cycles that we created now are in one big program that we can send to the machine for cutting. As we go through the other KipwareT videos, we're going to touch on things like Kipware CSF, KipwareTP. We're going to show you a little bit more in depth about how the software works with its companion applications. Thank you.